The fire pit that never goes out, the door to hell. In the remote expanse of Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert lies a sight so mesmerizing, so otherworldly, that it has been dubbed the door to hell. It is a blazing inferno, a fiery pit that has burned unceasingly for over 5 decades. Imagine crossing an endless sea of sand and windswept desolation, only to encounter a gaping, flaming crater, a pulsating abyss radiating unbearable heat and casting an ominous glow that defies the night. But this is no natural wonder. This is a phenomenon born from human error, a scientific miscalculation turned eternal flame. Behind its walls of fire lies a story that is as much about human ambition as it is about nature's unpredictability. What is the origin of this gateway to the underworld, and why does it still burn today? Our journey begins in the Karakum Desert, an arid wasteland covering much of Turkmenistan. Its name translates to black sand, a fitting description for this harsh and desolate terrain. Yet, beneath the hostile surface lies a treasure sought after by nations: natural gas. It was the early 1970s, during the Soviet Union's golden age of industrial ambition. Scientists and engineers descended upon this desert with big plans to tap into the vast gas reserves lying deep underground. On one fateful day in 1971, they selected their drilling site and began what seemed like a standard operation. But the desert had other plans. Midway through their work, the ground beneath them gave way. The drilling rig collapsed, leaving behind a gaping crater roughly 60 meters wide and 20 meters deep. Though no lives were lost, the event was far from harmless. From the depths of the newly formed pit, methane gas began to spew, a colorless, odorless, and highly dangerous substance. The Soviet team knew they had to act quickly to prevent this deadly gas from spreading. Their solution? Ignite it. The plan was straightforward, if audacious: burn the gas. The scientists believed the fire would consume the methane within a matter of days, a week at most. It was a calculated risk, but in the minds of the Soviets, it was a manageable one. No one could have predicted what happened next. Days passed. But then weeks. And then years. The fire refused to die. Beneath the surface of the crater, an endless reservoir of natural gas fed the flames, creating a living, breathing inferno that has defied human logic ever since. What started as a temporary solution had now become a spectacle, a fiery wound in the earth that some believe embodies humanity's hubris in the face of nature. What keeps the door to hell burning after all these years? The answer lies in the geology of the Karakum Desert. Beneath the surface lies one of the planet's largest natural gas fields, a vast network of methane deposits formed over millions of years. The collapsed crater acts like a chimney, channeling the gas upwards into the open air. Once ignited, the flames continue to burn as long as there is fuel that shows no immediate signs of running out. The Soviet scientists drastically underestimated the scale of these reserves. They saw a short-term problem and devised a solution without fully understanding the resources at stake. But as we've learned through history, nature has a way of defying even the most carefully calculated human expectations. The blazing crater, as remarkable as it is, isn't just a scientific curiosity. Over time, it became a beacon for stories, myths, and legends. Local populations began referring to it as the door to hell, describing it as a portal to the underworld, where nothing in the desert survives the fiery wrath of its flames. In some local tales, the crater is seen as a divine punishment, a metaphorical warning of human pride and intervention in nature's domain. To others, it's a place of strange fascination, an apocalyptic symbol of fire consuming everything in its path. For decades after its creation, the door to hell remained an obscure, forgotten relic of Soviet history. But in recent years, this fiery abyss has become one of Turkmenistan's most peculiar tourist attractions. Travelers from across the globe brave the harsh desert conditions to witness this surreal sight firsthand. With its reddish glow visible from miles away, the crater feels like an alien landscape, a vision from some dystopian future, where the Earth itself rebels against human interference. However, the site remains controversial. Turkmenistan's leadership controls access to the crater, and mass tourism in this isolated nation remains tightly restricted. Yet, For those who make the journey, standing at the crater's edge is an awe-inspiring and humbling experience, a moment of reckoning with the raw, untamed power of our planet. While the door to hell remains a gripping marvel, it has also become a point of concern for environmentalists. Methane, the primary gas feeding the flames, is a potent greenhouse gas with an impact far greater than carbon dioxide. Though igniting the gas prevents its direct release into the atmosphere, the burning process itself contributes to global warming. Moreover, the continual burning has irreversibly altered the surrounding landscape. The heat of the fire has sterilized the ground around it, creating a lifeless zone that is unlikely to heal so long as the flames persist. The door to hell serves as both a spectacle and a warning, a reminder of the environmental consequences of human actions, particularly when tampering with Earth's natural resources. The world is no stranger to perpetual flames. In Jharia, India, coal seam fires have burned beneath the ground for over a century, wreaking havoc on communities above. In Centralia, Pennsylvania, a coal mine fire has forced residents to abandon the once thriving town, now a ghostly relic. But the door to hell stands apart. Its open flames, visible for miles and burning continually under the open sky, make it a peerless example of accidental phenomena turned extraordinary. At its core, the story of the door to hell is one of human ambition colliding with nature's unpredictability. The Soviet scientists, so confident in their control over the forces beneath the earth, could never have imagined the scale of what they unleashed. This fire represents more than just an industrial mishap. It's a testament to the unintended consequences of human actions, a reminder that even with all our knowledge, we remain at the mercy of the planet's mighty and uncontrollable forces. 5 decades on, the fiery crater still guards its mysteries. How much longer will it burn? Will the natural gas reserves eventually deplete, or will this inferno continue for another 50 years, or perhaps even beyond our lifetimes? Scientists have attempted to study the formation, but Turkmenistan's strict control over its natural resources has limited access. Thus, much remains unknown, adding to the site's tantalizing allure. At first glance, the door to hell is a mistake, an accident of industrial ambition gone awry. Yet, it has transformed into something far greater, a mysterious wonder that reminds us of mankind's fragile relationship with the earth. As we stare into this burning abyss, what we truly see is our own reflection, the triumphs and missteps, the progress and the hubris. The door to hell is a burning question, a challenge to better understand the balance between ambition and respect for the forces we seek to control. With its unending flames lighting the darkened desert, this fiery marvel will continue to captivate the world, urging us to remember the lessons it quietly imparts. Nature is unpredictable, powerful, and far beyond the control of even the most industrious among us. We meddle with it at our peril. The blaze of the door to hell ensures we'll never forget that.